Our group, Ellis Island, will be presenting unemployment insurance. How does it work and how is it abused? Our team members consist of Steven Barrera, Hazel Cartin, Elia Guerrero, Lynn No, Dylan Shane, and Susie Zamudio.
Today we will be discussing what is unemployment insurance, how to apply for unemployment benefits, what are the eligibility requirements, how is it being abused, what is a penalty if it's abused, and finally ways to prevent it from being abused. What are unemployment insurance benefits? Unemployment insurance is a joint state-federal program which provides cash benefits to eligible individuals. Each state issues a separate guideline but usually follows the same steps. Unemployment insurance provides benefits for eligible workers who are unemployed through no fault of their own. Benefits provided are intended to be temporary financial assistance. California Unemployment Insurance. Employment Development Department determines your weekly benefit. It is an average of $236 weekly, or a replacement of 30% of individual wages. Usually benefits are available for 26 weeks, and in high terms of unemployment, an additional 13 weeks is provided.
How to apply for unemployment benefits. There are 3 different methods: online, which is the fastest way, mailing a paper application, and lastly by telephone.
When filing an unemployment insurance claim, individuals must meet certain requirements before they can be paid by the Employment Development Department. Some requirements include: enough wages must have been received. EDD will look through your work history to determine your eligibility for unemployment, to determine what you have earned in a base period, which is a 12-month period. Secondly, unemployed through no fault of your own. An example can be being laid off by the company due to economic reasons. If you are terminated, you are automatically not eligible to receive benefits. And lastly, actively seeking employment. Individuals must be actively seeking work and willing to accept a job while doing so. Individuals must provide proof that they have been searching for work because EDD will ask for those records.
How is employment fraud abused by employers? Many businesses operate by an underground economy. What this basically means is those businesses deal in cash and hide their activities to avoid tax liabilities. This reduces the amount of money they spend on insurance, payroll taxes, licenses, employee benefits, safety equipment, and work-safe conditions. Payment for work under the table also qualify under this term. A good example of this situation is a recent case surrounding the O Brewery. The investigation by the Tax Recovery and Criminal Enforcement Task Force revealed that the employer failed to report all her employees and their wages to the EDD from 2011 to 2013. The amount of unaccounted money was over $500,000, and due to this, she was sentenced to 5 years of formal probation, 37 days in county jail, and a $46,000 fine. How is unemployment insurance abused by employees? Fraud can be considered abuse when a person becomes unqualified for benefits and refuses to report their earning wages. Identity theft is a big part of abuse in unemployment benefit as well. And there have been reports of many victims having their name and social security numbers stolen to be used on a claim for the benefits. An example of a similar situation where this has occurred would be Edward Klein's failure to report his work and earnings under 2 separate social security numbers while certifying for and collecting unemployment insurance benefits. For this, he was sentenced to pay the full restitution of $18,000.
Penalties for abuse of unemployment insurance. An employee who gives false information may lose benefits for 5 to 23 weeks, may be charged an additional penalty, and could end up serving time. An example of employee fraud: claimant Katisha London was convicted and sentenced for unemployment insurance fraud for failing to report work and earnings while claiming UI benefits. She was ordered to pay restitution of $47,080 to the EDD, serve 5 years probation, 60 days of community service, and is unable to file for unemployment insurance benefits until May 20th, 2017. An employer who gives false information, which prevents the employee from receiving benefits, can be fined 2 to 10 times the employee's weekly benefit, and if the employer coerced the employee to contribute to the crime, the employer will have to pay 100% restitution. An example of employer fraud, defendant William Huffman pled guilty to felony insurance fraud and tax evasion. He was sentenced to serve a year in county jail, probation for 5 years, and to pay restitution in the amount of $303,680.
How to prevent unemployment insurance from being abused. As an employer, report all newly hired employees. Reporting all new hirees allows the EDD to know who is on payroll and their exact wage. Proper classification of workers. Employees versus independent contractors. Employers must classify workers as employees or independent contractors. Employers are required to pay unemployment tax on employees' earnings, but not on independent contractors. Issue separation notice to all separated employees. Employers must give a separation notice to all separated employees stating the reasons for separation and length of employment. Make sure all wages being paid are reported accurately to the EDD. Make sure to accurately report all earnings during your weekly claim certification. Collecting more unemployment benefits than you are eligible for because you failed to report your earnings is fraud. As an employee, stop claiming unemployment insurance benefits as soon as you begin working. Receiving unemployment benefits while working is unlawful and can lead to committing fraud. Be sure to report as soon as you begin working. Giving the correct information while filing a claim or certifying for benefits. Giving false information will cause a delay or denial of future benefits. Report any wages you are earning. Report wages before taxes for each week you work and certify for benefits. Collecting more unemployment benefits than you are eligible for because you failed to report your earnings can lead to prosecution. And lastly, actively searching for work. Not searching for work during the time you filed your claim can cause you to lose your unemployment benefits and or be denied.
Unemployment insurance is provided by the Employment Development Department to help those individuals in need of financial assistance because they were unemployed through no fault of their own. While there are some employers and employees who have been abusing this temporary assistance, we are able to see that in the cases we mentioned, some individuals that have been taken advantage have been caught by EDD and were penalized by either paying a fine or going to jail. While browsing the EDD website, there have been many cases in 2016 as well as 2015 of individuals being penalized because of unemployment insurance fraud. Employers and employees should be very specific when giving out information to EDD, not only to prevent fraud, but also from being penalized themselves. We are Ellis Island, and we thank you for your time.